Yeah, so we'll get these sunflowers dumped on in there, and then we can head. Then we'll pull the semi truck on up to the up there to our property. That's where it be on up there where we at. But yeah, so we got a lot coming. We got a lot going for ourselves. They're saying, I'm thinking about saying, like, once we get everything harvested, once we get these fields harvested, I'm gonna pull up this way so I don't have to move too far. Get that turned off, and I go hop back off in the harvester so we can finish harvesting. But like I said, but we're gonna wait to see what we're looking like when we get all of these fields, when we get this field, when we finish harvesting this field. Depending on the time that we have left in the episode, we may go and sell everything. We may go sell our sunflowers today, and then go back to the house and grab our flax and sell off our flax too. Well, we'll end up selling off our flax first, since the flax already be in the timber trailer. That'll keep us from having to go all the way to put them in the. That'll keep us from going put them in the silo bed and grabbing the sunflowers out, just to go right back and grab it right back. Just go right back and grab them right back out. Y'all know I like to do my header passes on certain type fields or whatever. It makes it better on my turnaround, with the turnaround ratio, whatever. That's why I don't have to do all that excess bagging up and turn around. I can just go and loop in and loop around and do it like that. They say, as y'all know, they say we done went down one side already, and we still got to go down this side, and we only at 20%. I need to see what our yield look like. So it's a 64% yield potential, is what it's saying. Rather than our sunflower field, we just harvest the first sunflower field that we harvest, the bigger one. We had a 99% potential. We had 99% potential rate. In the other field, we had an 89% percentage, rather than a 64% percentage in this field here. And that's because we have everything on our field did right to the T. And when I mean that is, we plowed our field. If our fields needed plowed, we plow our fields, we cultivate our fields, we lime our fields, we fertilize it. If we need herbicide on our field, we put herbicide down on our fields too. I say we're doing it where we know where we can try to get the best yield potential as we can. And like I say, this field here, we didn't plant this flax in this field here. Like I said, I'd never dealt with flax before. So this is my first time ever dealing with flax before, like even harvesting it. I never harvested for even doing contracts. Like I said, because if you don't know, like I said, when we started this episode, we started off doing contracts. Is what we started off doing. We started off doing contracts until we made enough money to start purchasing our own properties, our own lands. We had enough to start purchasing. We purchased our first land, and the first land we purchased, we ended up setting 2 or 3 sheds that was on that field. And the money that we sold those couple sheds, those 3 sheds for, we ended up purchasing those 2 fields right there. Those 2 sunflower fields that we just harvested, those are the 2 fields that we end up purchasing with the money for selling off those 3 sheds that was on that first piece of land that we purchased. So like I said, so we've been doing pretty good. We're coming along nicely. Our income is steady starting to increase more because we're getting more properties. We're starting to be able to we started having bigger fields. We're starting to be able to do more than we was doing at first. Like I say, we still could be having extra money if we would still had our open air gardens, but I decided to get rid of our open air gardens because it was causing a lot of glitching in my game when I was loading the pallets on my flat deck trailer. When I was loading the pallets on my flat deck trailer of our potatoes and sugar beets, when I go to move it, it has my screen glitching a lot. I dealt with that for the longest, and then I finally got to the point where we was getting into having bigger fields and purchasing more fields. So when we purchased these last 2 fields, I sold open air gardens. It was bringing in pretty good revenue too. It was bringing in a pretty good income too. But like I said, it was just the hassle of it. It was mainly what it was, the hassle of having that. But like I said, with us purchasing more fields, not only purchasing more fields, but bigger size fields that we was purchasing at first or whatever. We're able to do more crops. We're doing. I feel we don't need the open air. We didn't need the open air garden no more. And they say we're also thinking about getting production. Open up doing production chains too. Like I say, even with it's like we can open up a dairy spot. We can open up a dairy for with our milk and stuff or whatever. We can have our milk processing to further a further step to get a different type of income, getting more income that way. And we will have pallets to go pick up to go do that. And which is also why I want to see about getting a production type trailer. Because most of the production type trailers that they have, they got it where it's an auto load. You just pull up beside the pallets and then auto load the pallets onto the trailer, inside the trailer for us. They also have one where we put them in the trailer ourselves. But I think it'd be better if we was just to do the auto load like with our bales. Like I said, because I am switching up. Like I said, the other side, I am switching up our cutting. I am gonna switch up on our cutting process. We're not gonna be using the excuse me. We're not gonna be using the swatter. We're gonna set off our swatter and both headers for that, and we're gonna get a mower for the front end. We're gonna get a mower for that go attached to the front end of our tractor, and we have a rear roller to put on the back of it. So that's why when we cut the grass, we're gonna have the rear roller behind us. It's going to be putting it in the straight line as we get it cut. And then when we're cutting the grass for our hay, instead of having the windrower on the back, we'll have a tiller on the back, tilling the grass up, and then we have to come back and windrow the grass and then build it up. Like I say, it's an extra step and it's an extra process, but it's something that I want to do. to change the cutting process up a little bit, make it a little more realistic, a little more better, should I say. And say you also have to think in the process of doing that, like say, yes, we're selling off the swatter and all the implements forward, but at the same time, everything costs too. Like the more that I was looking at, the more that I actually want to get. I think it's actually 50,000, and it's cut. I think its cut rating is like 7.3 meters. I think when the SWAT header, is a little bit bigger, but I think the content would be better doing it with the mower and the windrower or the tiller behind the combine. Behind the tractor, rather than just using the swatter and coming in straight belling and everything. My main thing is I want y'all to start seeing me tilling the grass up to turn it into the hay, so I can turn it into the hay. That's one of the main reasons why I want to swap over to that process, so that y'all will be able to see that process, rather than me just cutting it and when I go bale up, I'm baling up hay. But that header actually has a tiller built on the bottom of it. Like I say, this field here, we only got 10,000 liters off this field. We got 10,000 liters, 10,550 liters off this field. Let's put our harvester up at 86%. And with that being said, like I say, that's how much. That's why I like to do our fields right and make sure we get the best yield potential. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Which is 2.58, and compared to this field over here, which is 1.38. See, this field here is 1.38. It's a little bit bigger than that because we didn't upgrade this song. But all these fields, I think it's actually bigger. It's still supposed to be bigger than this field here, and we got a better percentage on that field than we got on this field. They're just unreal. Not necessarily unreal. I'm not just gonna say they're just unreal. They're just to show you how some farmers just go and plant they different crops and stuff. They don't necessarily go through and fertilize their fields. They don't plow their fields. They don't cultivate their fields, lime them, fertilize it, all of that good stuff. I'm gonna swoop on across this road right quick, get this harvester took back to the property, and I'm gonna jump back in our semi truck right there, and we're gonna see about going getting that flax sold off. We still have good timing right now, so we'll be able to go sell this flax off in this episode. I'm gonna leave my harvester out because, as you see, our harvester is filthy right now. It needs to be washed, so we're gonna have to wash our harvester and header up. Then I still gotta take the other header back over to the other property. Like I said, we got our canola growing. Nice. I'm gonna pull in right over here, and I'm gonna leave this parked over here some type of way. I'm trying to get back to my semi. Okay, then we need to see who giving us the most on the flax, who giving us the best price on the flax, so we can go and get this sold off. Flax, American Crop Center Station. Okay, so back that way. Now I know y'all just saw that. Y'all see exactly what I'm talking about now. How these pedestrians drive. Come think of, speaking of, I'm gonna pull over to this side right quick before we go set off this flax. I want to show y'all another reference. Like up there in that field, it said the potential was 69% potential bonus. Okay, so this field here says 64% yield bonus. 64% potential yield bonus. The same as that other field was saying. However, this field here saying 87% potential yield bonus. I say it's just the difference of actually going out and working and doing everything in your field that needs to be done, that needs to be did. Like that field there, I think the reason is probably not putting that actually potential because I didn't do a soil data. I didn't do the soil data on that field before we started off in that field. Okay, I guess I will wait.